You are invited to join the city in a celebration of better, stronger, and safer Chicago.
Tomorrow, Take Back the Block is inspiring residents and connecting communities with local government. Now, the goal is to reduce violent crime and demonstrate the city's commitment to community safety and development. Deputy Mayor Garion Gatewood joins us with more. Welcome, Deputy Mayor.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, before we talk about the initiative, let's talk a little bit about you. I mean, you've had a lifetime of service, in terms of your career of giving back. What do you think special about what you're doing right now?
It's the opportunity to give back on this skill and work with people in the city of Chicago. Really excited about that because we get to see different things every day and work with different people through different walks of life every day. So it's incredible.
Okay, so how did you guys come up with this initiative? I know this is going to be the third one coming up here. Tell us how it's been going, how you came up with it, and what we can expect.
So it's been exciting. We came up with this as we sat down and looked at some of the places where we've seen too much violence in the city. And we needed to take a proactive approach to violence. And the best way to do that is doing that with community and also making sure government shows up in a different way. So what we've been doing is we've had our government partners go out and they do a massive clean of the areas from our streets and sanitation department, our Department of Transportation. All of our departments really come together. They do a deep dive clean in a 4-block radius. And then we come outside with community in space, with the mayor, with all of our departments, with community-based organizations and community members really coming together to bring energy and excitement to those communities and spaces that have, what I would say, have been forgotten about in the past. So we want to show up in a different way.
So those are some of the tangible things that happen when the city comes in and takes over a block, right? Like they're coming in, they're cleaning up, all these things.
Yeah, coming in, cleaning up repairs, absolutely. Yeah.
So, there's research behind this, right? It matters, in terms of beautifying an area, right?
Absolutely, 1,000%. So one of the pillars of our People's Plan for Community Safety, which is our public safety plan, is around community environment and how when you enrich that community environment, it leads to safer environments. That not only comes from people who tell us that, it comes from research, but it comes from those communities themselves.
So on Friday, tomorrow, you have your next event. I'm sure there are other communities who are like, wait, how do I become one of these 4-block radiuses that gets these improvements? Is there a list that they're going through, or do people apply for it, or how does it work?
So we look at calls for service, we look at 311 calls for service, and we look at places that have been hit by violence.
Okay.
And we partner with those alders, we partner with the local community, we show up. And what we do is so we set them up for every Friday, basically throughout the rest of the summer. We're gonna take a break during the DNC, but we've been in places, if you look back, this is our third official event, but pretty much every Friday for the last 8 weeks, we've done a block takeover in conjunction with different alders in different parts of the city, because it's important that people see us out in community and understand what government does and how we work, and making sure we bring resources to those communities as well.
We're hearing like partnership here. That's what you were talking about.
Absolutely.
So you're different, organizations, but then also with businesses. But because it can't just be like a one-time thing. You're going once. How do you sustain this? How do you make this something that is an initiative and a kickoff to where, you're making lasting impact, right?
Yeah. We want it to be muscle memory, right? We don't ever want it to be a one-time thing. So for instance, we were in Oblong Homes a few weeks ago, and my team has gone back multiple times to connect with residents there. Here was your service request, here's where we're on them, and how do we build these tables for community safety together? How do we work together to continue to move this work forward? Because again, it's important for us to have people in community lead that safety work as opposed to government coming in or people who don't live in the city coming in and saying, this is what you need to do in your community. It's important for us to open up those opportunities for partnership with community.
And it helps to have people from the government there, though, to talk with and kind of fight for your behalf. What's the biggest complaint or you're hearing from people out there? Is it the violence in their communities, or is it something else?
Some of it is the violence, some of it is quality of life, right? And this is also why when we took our approach with safety with this administration, we looked at a comprehensive approach where it's not just about eliminating violence, but it's also about those quality of life. So we match our work with quality of life plans around the city to really bring it in together so we can have unity and unison, so we can move that work together in a different way, right? As opposed to just saying, hey, violence is down, which it is, which is great, but it's not down enough. We need to enrich people's lives and we need to partner with people.
All right. How do people reach you? If not you specifically, your department.
So yeah,
Because I can see people watching right now. They want to talk to you.
Yeah, they can talk to me. They can reach out to us. We're not hard to find.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
I think we'll have the information, the email address that they can reach our office up, and if not, we'll make sure we give it back to you.
There
so
you
we
go.
can have
Yeah,
follow-up.
we have the information right
There we
there,
go.
Gary.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
there we go.
much. Take Back the Block. Again, the next event is tomorrow. For more information, you can head to chicago.gov.